I have to admit, okay, I watched this show. It's awful. If you watch Love Island and you love it and you're whatever, sorry, I don't mean to insult you. It's it's garbage TV, but I watch it, so I'm guilty of watching this thing. Um, when you watch Love Island, I've watched 2 seasons of it. I watched the last 2 seasons. I've kind of binge watched it over the last month or whatever it's been. Um, Again, not proud. Hack Hammer me in the comments if you want. But it's it seems scripted at times. It has a feel of that they're not necessarily that it's like that they're telling them exactly what to say, but they're kind of like saying, "Here, do this and we're going to create this kind of scene and we want you to react this way and we want you to do this." It's got this very fake feel to it for reality TV. So I'm going to read this article here. It talks a little bit about that. This is Hello. I don't know. This is a magazine, Hello magazine article. Like so, it's going to be a complete fluff piece, but it it talks about that very thing. But here we go. I guess some of the contestants, if you will, came out and commented. So, how much of Love Island is scripted? Have you ever watched Love Island and thought to yourself, "There's no way that just happened organically"? If so, you're not alone. Plenty of us are questioning whether the pulled chats, veranda moments, and explosive arguments are actually scripted. So, what is the truth? While most Islanders have claimed that the show is not scripted, many have suggested that it's not like you see on television. Speaking about what is going on behind the scenes, Liam Llewellyn, I don't know who that is, but probably one of the earlier seasons I haven't watched, after only a few days back in 2022, told The Sun there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that people don't get to see. On TV, all you can see is two people on a date, but there's like 30 people running around as you're dating, getting camera angles right, getting the lighting right. That would be weird. I couldn't see how you could act natural anyway, having a ton of people around doing all these different things with camera angles and whatever. Which I honestly I don't understand. I don't know why we have all kinds of technology now where you could set up 100 cameras. You just have them everywhere. And then somebody could go through all that footage. It just seems weird to me that there's people actually running around doing that because I feel like that would make a lot of the interactions that could be normal, um, you know, just authentic reactions between two people a lot less authentic because they see five different people watching and they're acting a different way. We're trying to act accordingly or whatever, right? But he goes on to say, and if they make a bit of noise, you've got to pause for a second and then go again. Maybe that was a big factor in my decision. Maybe I wasn't comfortable with all that going on and people not knowing what you're having to deal with at the time. It's tough to meet a girl for the first time, sit down and date when there's all that going on in the background. So that was definitely a shock. Obviously, it's filmed, but to that extent, it was definitely a surprise to me. So here's another person saying, it's this Jay Younger told Heat World that certain lines, including what the bombshells say when they enter the villa, are fed to them, saying, "We've been told our lines, so I'm going to say, sorry, I'm late to the party. If you say I've got a massive chopper, here I come, they're going to step in." There are certain things in there that are scripted. They get you to do things. They're very good at emotional manipulation, not saying that in a bad way. Okay. So that's how I would feel about this. If you watch this show, you know what I mean. For one, they do this stupid thing that I can't stand, but they do it all the time, where they get a text message and they got a text. Everybody reacts and freaks out. That's not a normal reaction. Who's doing that? It's so stupid. But they've obviously been told to do that. It's as with any of these kind of shows. I'm sure it's going to be the person that does more of that, that acts more that way, that is going to get on the show. They're going to be more in line with whatever these producers are looking for. So, anyways, so I think the verdict on this show would be that it's one of those things where it's not scripted completely. I'm sure there are scripts too, like at times, but it's more so that it's they're directing them in a way to do different things. So I would say that probably if there's like a situation between two people, they've probably they've somehow manipulated that situation to happen because they think it's going to be good for TV. And then they maybe will send someone else in there, one of the other contestants or something, to kind of try and egg it on, or throw a little fuel in the fire type thing. It's it really is modern day soap opera. It's so garbage, but it does get addictive. You do get kind of vested in some of these characters, these people. I say characters are people, but they act like characters. So you do kind of get a little vested in them. So you will probably get stuck watching it if you watch more than like 2 or 3 or 4 episodes, or in my case, 60, and waste a ton of your time. So if you do like it, good on you. I guess I do too.